Hi everyone, it's Margaret, and this is one of my favorite type of makeup to do. It's definitely not conventional, and I thought I'd do this because of the holiday of Halloween coming up, and just also because it's just fun to do some avant-garde stuff. My inspiration for this comes from two different areas. One being that I love, paintings and painters, classics like Picasso, if you will. And for me, I'm also a painter, so I really love a lot of that influence in what I do with makeup, even with beauty. And also, the other influence is Cirque du Soleil. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm doing kind of a Cirque du Soleil slash Picasso inspired avant-garde look, and that'll be really great. I would advise you guys to definitely have a really strong costume when you wear this, and even like a hat and a wig or something. Anyway, I did a very matte, very matte foundation, and I did the highlighter, and now what I'm doing is I'm laying gold, just a gold lame pigment on the eyelid, and I'm using a flat brush. So making sure, like what I said earlier, making sure that you have a really good coverage with matte foundation. And I really set it really well, so it looks really kind of porcelainy and no shine at all. And then I laid out some fallout powder because this pigment is really strong. And then I used a soft metallic pearl highlighter. And so with the gold pigment, I cover that all over the lid, and I'm using actually a softer gold as the liner underneath the lash line, as you can see. And it's kind of an interesting way to explain this because it's not really conventional at all. So here I'm taking my black pencil and I'm drawing kind of like a triangular arrow shape. Now, it's going to be a lot of handwork. So now I'm taking my little kind of foundation brush and I'm just blending that in like that just because with this whole little process I'm trying to create an opening and a guide, and those two little black little slashes right there are creating a guide. So now I'm going to continue this, and then I'm going to bring that right along the inner crease, and as well I'm taking that right below that gold line that I did. So I'm taking a flat brush and I'm doing a soft line. So now I'm going to take some black gel liner and I'm just going to follow that line and just go straight down. So basically, it's almost kind of Egyptian mod looking, but it's more fine arty, avant-garde, like Picasso-ish. It really is creating some abstract shapes to the eyes and the face. So what I'm doing here now is I'm taking my black gel liner and I'm going right from that line out, and then I'm going in the crease and I'm bringing it out onto the bridge. And now what's going to be really interesting about this is that I'm not going to actually use the brows as brows. The brows are going to still be part of the eyelid, and I'm going to draw individual separate brows in addition to her natural brows. So what I'm doing here is I'm building this up and I'm creating a very intense depth in the inner part of the crease. And I know it sounds really weird, and it probably looks really strange right now, but it really is to me a vision of what I see, like an acrobat, a trapeze acrobat wearing like this makeup for Cirque du Soleil. And right now I'm doing a commercial that I'm working with some Cirque du Soleil artists, and they asked me to design some really cool stuff. So I thought, okay, this is going to be a really cool thing to share with you guys, especially with Halloween. So that's where a lot of my inspiration is coming from right now, because I'm kind of right in it with this job that I'm doing. And I actually took a photograph of this in costume so you can see the full effect afterwards. So as you can see, I'm just kind of drawing little dimensions of how I want the eyes to look. And a lot of this is definitely something that you have to use in terms of your imagination. For someone who doesn't really have a good um, eye for drawing or visualization, this might be a really difficult look to do, but if you have a very open mind to creating abstract imagery on the face, this is a really great inspiration for you. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing, but clearly I want to show you what I came up with, so you can definitely do something really cool. I'm taking different elements to this too, which is really cool. So now I use the black to fill in that inner part of the crease, and then so I'm taking kind of like a bronzy brown, like a very dark, almost like a very black brown with a little bronze, and I'm graduating the black up into the brows, and I'm using the brow as part of the eyes, as you can see. So now I know this sounds really weird and this looks strange, but it will work eventually once you see it's done. I'm making eyebrows, and this is where actually how the eyebrows are going to situate on the face. And with this, you want to think theatrical. You want to think that, it's completely abstract. So right now what I'm doing is I'm taking my gel liner and I'm just lining right along the lash line because I want to bring some depth out into the lash line area. And I'm just going to carry that line just right where you see, how you see right there, just along the lash line, and I'm just going to continually just make sure it's all kind of symmetrical with this, and just taking it out a little bit and then making sure that it's really smooth. And then now with the fake brow that I drew, I'm going to add some highlighting powder within that gap right there. And that's going to create the vision of how the eyes are situated on the face. I know it looks really freaky right now, but it really is a cool look. And if you really study some Cirque du Soleil or that type of circus theatrical um, type of makeup, then it all makes sense. And this is very abstract, avant-garde. And I wouldn't say this is so much haute couture or, anything that is for the runway. However, I mean, nowadays with runway becoming so theatrical, you could definitely see this, like in some type of really, really, really um, creative designers runway show. So, because I am still a beauty artist, and I really, no matter what, always will make it look as beautiful as possible. So now here, after I did the black mascara, I used a super black mascara, and you can definitely put a really heavy, heavy um, strip lash on it as well. But she has really great lashes, so I just used hers. So I put like a very soft brown cheek, and I'm using a brown lip. And I really chose these colors specifically because I don't want any color to overpower the design of the eyes. And I'm gonna be putting a very earthy tone orange and yellow um, hat on her. So I think you'll see how it's all gonna merge really well, and kind of it'll all be really, really nice together. So, and I'm not putting anything glossy. I'm using very matte finishes, so as you can see on the lips how matte it is, and I want to continuously stay matte with everything. The only thing that's really shiny is the actual lid with the gold lame pigment, and it's hard to tell with this lighting, but if you see it up close and personal, it's really, really like gold. It's gold dust basically, so it's really, really pretty. um, and so basically with this, I'm really just giving it a very nice kind of muted color tone, but it really packs a punch. Now, if you like any of these looks and you guys are interested in becoming makeup artists, definitely visit mkcbeautyacademy.com. That's www.mkcbeautyacademy.com. I offer online training, which is really, really getting some great reviews and a lot of sign-ups. You can also do private lessons with me, and you can even do a blended program if you wanted to go a little bit, intense with what kind of training you're getting. But definitely check it out. Or you can do a blended program, like I said, you can merge both together and get a certification and all that. But we do many, many different looks. So definitely here's the look. Please try it out. It's really fantastic. I love it. check out at the end the photograph, and then you can get the full impact. But thanks so much for watching. Definitely stay tuned. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Like, make some comments, suggestions, and I'll see you soon. Thanks so much and happy Halloween. Bye.